All right, not only did we have Dr. Disrespect, but now we got Kris Tyson in the building for some acts that went down with the little people. All right. What is good, HollaSquad? We are the Little Squad on the YouTube platform. Listen, today we're back with another reaction. We got Kris Tyson's Situation is Crazy by Jamari. Let's see what is going on in these YouTube streets.
So recently, Mr. Beast became the most subscribed to person
True.
on the entire platform. Year after year, he has consistently dropped some of the biggest videos on YouTube, and he's the type of guy that really prides himself on avoiding any sort of controversy around his name. And in general, it seems like he really just wants to have fun while helping people out and making these different big ideas of his come to life. But one controversial...
Bro, I seen somebody say like Chandler be reading the Bible every day on TikTok. He must have seen some wicked things go on.
Topic around him and his brand has been one of his best friends, Kris. Kris has been with Jimmy since the start of his days on YouTube and is actually one of his childhood friends. And over time, the audience came to know and love Kris like they do many of the other recurrent people on the channel. Well, you might remember last year we talked about Kris in a highly controversial video posted by Sunny V2. And the main topic being discussed in this video was Kris becoming, well, Kris with a K, and transitioning from a man to a woman. Needless to say, the reception for this video was really all over the place. Over the years, people had come to know Kris as a married Christian family man, so many fans and critics alike did find his transition to be a little bit jarring.
Out of nowhere.
Including Nick Merckx, who has been very vocal about his opinions. Now, Mr. Beast has made it beyond clear that Kris is his day one best friend and he will always support him, even expressing displeasure towards people who had bad things to say about Kris and claiming that he is an amazing parent. Even till this day, it's like constantly a huge...
Yo, I don't know what's going on at the Mr. Beast headquarters, but it sounds like a meeting needs to be had.
Topic of discussion online, because not only is it such a hot topic in general, but he's also involved with the biggest YouTuber in the world. And now Kris is once again being discussed, and it seems like their past is coming back to haunt them in the form of some strange tweets. Above that, there's also some more recent allegations that point towards Kris having a Dr. Disrespect type of relationship with a fan.
Bro, they was cooking. Everybody came out and started cooking Dr. Disrespect. All right. A lot of people was like, oh, messages that they didn't see, mind you. They was cooking. All right. I see a little bit of outrage. It don't look the same though. Okay.
First, let's talk about this video that recently came out and now went viral that shows old tweets from Kris back in the 2017 to 2018 range.
How old is he?
This video immediately connects Kris with a person named Shadman, who is known for his explicit drawings online, and he apparently got famous for depicting all kinds of disgusting things in these drawings, including underage individuals in these illustrations doing vile things. Like anyone who thinks this stuff is okay needs to be thrown under the jail with the likes of EDP. Basically, weirdos use this art angle as a bypass to enjoy, though the legality of it does still seem kind of vague to me. Well, basically, back in the day, Kris posted a ton about Shadman, and even had his artwork up at his house in the background of an old...
Oh, he's cooked. I mean...
Mr. Beast video. He also posted several tweets about enjoying this type of artwork in general, and other suggestions. He also...
Nothing. Okay.
Posted several tweets about enjoying this type.
Look good for a 4-year-old? Oh, nah, he's cooked. He is cooked.
But artwork in general, and other suggestive posts about various cartoons.
But like, bro, I feel like people make jokes like that about animations, right? Like characters on like animes. Cause let's be honest, bro. Animes be having characters 3,000 years old, but look like a freaking, you know, teenager, okay? But then they got teenagers that look like they 43 and age like Jennifer Lopez, okay? But that's still wild to say. To say for a 4-year-old, that some words probably, you know, you should probably, you know what I'm saying?
Characters. And even though most of these posts are like 7 years old at this point, at the time he was still a 21-year-old man. And this isn't just like some racist stuff or something that there could be like more gray area on. Or you could say, oh, that was just like part of the times back then. This is some weird shit that he was interested in to a massive extent.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
A grown man hanging a picture on their wall of this nasty stuff takes quite a bit of premeditated thought. So obviously people already thought that that was very strange of him, but it's really nothing compared to this more damning allegation, where people are claiming to have exposed Kris for having an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old fan when he was 20 years old, and that this online communication continued for several years. Shout out to this man Prism, who is the first one to bring this to light. So there's this kid who goes by the nickname LavaGS online, and it seems like he was a massive Mr. Beast fan back in the day, and even got to work, and it
says, I asked Mr. Beast how hard you wanted Jimmy's. That's crazy.
It's like he was a massive Mr. Beast fan back in the day, and even got to work for Jimmy at some point in the past, helping with his gaming channel. It seemed like over the years they developed several channels of communication, from Snapchat to Twitter messages.
Kris DM'd me on Twitter asking me how could I help him on B stream.
Discord DMs and private gaming sessions.
True.
Which, let me just pause the video right there and say that I already have a problem with that. Unless someone is like your cousin or related to you in some way, there is absolutely no reason that a 20-year-old needs to be having all these different private conversations with someone who's in middle school. Like, a 20-year-old should be out there enjoying their life, trying to do new things with people their age. And obviously, pretty much anyone with a platform online.
Yo, shout out Memorize, though. Memorize used to edit my videos, you know what I'm saying? But, it wasn't, like, lengthy, like, conversation. It was like, hey, yo, can you clip this? Appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to cop him a setup. He couldn't get like a job, but he wanted to cop a setup. Like, yo, I ain't got a lot, but yo, you could clip these up for me. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to,
but lengthy sounds kind of crazy though. I ain't gonna lie.
Have some fans who are kids, and so it's obviously the adult's responsibility to not be in like constant communication with them. It's really not that.
Hold up. Do y'all think that they would? Well, okay, we haven't got all the information yet. Based on what I know so far, do y'all think they would have a problem with Kris having these conversations with that dude if he was still the Christian white family man that people thought perceived him to be? We got some questions, man. We got some questions.
Hard. Either way, he felt so comfortable with Kris to the point that he was asking him about his addiction to adult cartoons. And they were having a lot of inappropriate banter publicly on Twitter when Lava was only 14.
Guys, we are so close to our goal. Oh my god, one more Patreon and I'm releasing my nudes. And this is the part I have a problem with. This isn't a group chat. This is literally just him and this other guy that he's been talking to and that he's friends with online. Lava says, I'm your first Patreon big boy. And he shows that he donated some money. He donated like $1 or something, so it's not enough to meet the goal. And he says, but not $5. Pathetic. Just kidding. Kissy face. I'll tell you what it means. It means that you're telling him that he needs to donate $5 so you can release your or whatever. He says, wait till my Twitch revenue comes in. Winky face. And of course, it continues. He says, check again.
Yo, my man is suited up like a lawyer today.
And he tags you, I think. At least that must be you, or he's tagging you. And of course he says, I posted some fire nudes for you. Please no share. And this is someone that you're talking to that is 14 years old. That you know is...
Yeah, saying I posted nudes for you. What is going on out here, dude?
14, and at the end of the day, you cannot be talking about topics like this with someone that is this young.
So at the very least, these two had a close enough relationship where Kris felt comfortable making these adult jokes towards him, and at the very worst, he's literally flirting with a 14-year-old on the timeline. But by the time Lava would turn 16, he would apparently even meet up with Kris at some point. And he even talked about this extensively on like a Mr. Beast Discord server. Now I do want to make it clear that this guy Prism who made this video spoke privately with this Lava guy. And Prism claims that Lava's statement is that nothing bad ever happened when they met up back in the day. And that basically their relationship never really got inappropriate. And as I'm editing this video, guys,
linking up is insane. Okay, That's it. And this wasn't, if it was on some like, yo, where's your booth at DreamCon? All right. Then you're like, oh, I'm at booth 72. Oh, flick out with the fan and go on about your way. But like, yo, I'm at Central Park, dog. Okay. You can meet me by the water fountain, by the big oak tree in the back. All right. And we can meet there. That's crazy.
Lava actually took to Twitter to make his own statement about the situation, where he says these videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of.
Is that what Kris go by now, Ava?
And comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies. The situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I'm not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or at all. And keep in mind, that's after this morning he removed all affiliation with MrBeast from his Twitter page. And now we have yet another update where Keemstar has jumped into the picture. He says that MrBeast connected him with this guy Lava directly, and that Lava is denying all of these allegations, and now claiming that him and Kris did not—
I ran a Discord for Kris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy, inappropriate jokes were said, that's it.
—have any sort of private interactions. And then when he went to meet up with Kris, that apparently his entire family and the MrBeast crew were present. I ran Discord with Kris Tyson when I was 13, edgy and inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. So take with that what you will. And you guys already know, if there was going to be one person to defend Kris in this entire situation, it was going to be that fool Ethan is online, who last time we caught up with him was pretty much defending the sick people that they catch on Predator Poachers. So here he was trying to watch the video on stream where Kris got exposed for liking that very strange artwork.
God, I hate how this is formatted like a commentary video and it feels like it was edited by AI.
If you still think this is a coincidence, the next incident will definitely change your mind. On January 25th, 2019,
it also sounds like it was written by fucking AI.
Chatman posted a picture of a character called Raptalia from the Rising of the Shield.
So the synopsis is Ava used to like— stop skipping? No, because the synopsis of the video is Ava used to like Shadman in 2017. Don't watch that fucking dog shit video. So bad. Such an awful and terribly formatted video. Literally the worst fucking YouTube video I've seen in a long time.
So from the start,
he didn't
you
say
can
nothing
tell
about
that
the
this guy
allegations.
Ethan feels some sort of personal connection to the call out in that video. Just like the sheer amount of anger you can see pulsing through his very tired face. To me, kind of tells the whole story of what his opinion is about to be. Yes, that video that he was watching, it wasn't like the best made video I've ever seen, but it's something that I would expect from kind of like a novice commentary channel. And I do think it was very important for kind of kicking off this expose. But let's hear what Ethan thinks.
Literally just to be like, MrBeast's friend 7 years ago had some inappropriate tweets that were a really bad look. You're avoiding the video? That's the whole point. What am I avoiding?
The truth that it doesn't matter that it happened 7 years ago. This guy was into some absolutely diabolical shit.
Didn't like most of the internet at the time with Shadman? Yes. For some reason, yes.
So his excuse for this disgusting behavior is that apparently most of the internet, they were fucking with this nasty loser who was making these disgusting drawings. I mean, first of all, that just has to be a blatant lie. And to me, the shit he was into is just like inexcusable. I don't give a when it happened. He was already an adult man.
I don't need to see the whole thing. It's bad. It's a bad video.
And I think that he's claiming it's a bad video because politically it doesn't align perfectly with him.
I'm sorry. It was 7 years ago.
You know how many times this guy Ethan has likely judged people for things that they did more than a decade ago just because they do not align with him politically? Like, that seems to be his whole shtick, is that if you're a conservative, because he's very obviously a big-time liberal, well, it's just you. He's never going to give you the benefit of the doubt. He's going to take your words and misconstrue them. But oh, when it's someone who's on his side of history, well, he's going to ride with them.
Yo. And that's what people got to stop picking sides all the time. You got to you should condemn actions and not people, okay? It's okay that somebody you may like did an action that you condemn, okay? Now, how bad that action is and the condemning that you feel should come with it, whether that's a person you like still after that, that's a whole separate side of the story. But you should be able to tell the truth, like, yo, you're wilding, okay? You OD for that.
To the very end.
I don't want to see it. It's irrelevant. That doesn't make it okay. It's not relevant, though. Is that a gross thing to do? Is it unacceptable? Yeah. But like the anti-cancel culture warriors all of a sudden are like, wait, liking tweets from 7 years ago. Why are we even talking about Mr. Beast's friend? Because she's Mr. Beast's friend.
Yeah, and Mr. Beast has the biggest platform literally in the entire world.
Since this time, Kris transitioned and is now Ava.
And that's fine, but it doesn't just absolve you of all the nasty shit you were doing before you transitioned.
To give you an idea of how fucking long ago this was.
I might have to, like, I don't know if there's enough information on this video, because if the lava person met up and it was on some like, can you work for us? The family was present. Okay. The inappropriate conversation. Okay, yeah, I do have enough information. Never mind.
Offensive. You follow Kris on Twitter.
I forgot about that part. I thought it was just the can you work for us? But the nudes, that's insane.
Dude, this was a completely different time. I was in high school when this happened. I had no idea who fucking Mr. Beast was, and neither did Mr. Beast. He wasn't even around. What are you saying?
I think that the point they're trying to make is that every single time this type of topic comes up, whether it's someone actually like trying to talk to someone who's underage or just having this type of peculiar behavior, you always seem to be on the side where you are literally rushing to defend the person who's just being absolutely disgusting.
Are you trying to cancel Mr. Beast too because he had that in his living room? It was in Mr. Beast's living room. Should he be canceled too? You can't ever defend Mr. Beast ever again. Don't ever defend him or watch him.
Yeah, Mr. Beast doesn't have a bunch of old tweets linking him to this freak and suggesting that he was a massive fan of him. I guarantee you that if Jimmy was doing that shit back in the day, it would have been brought to light long ago, and his feet would have been held to the same fire.
It shows a bias. Towards what?
Towards creeps.
Do you want to keep acting like Mr. Beast should be canceled forever or something?
No one one time
I don't
said
think nobody
Mr.
said
Beast should be
Mr. Beast
canceled.
should be
You're the
canceled.
only one bringing him up at this point. I mean, everyone really just wants Kris to come out and explain why he was into that weird shit.
You should be...
But see, like, I think I posted news for you, crazy. Saying that looks good for a 4-year-old, crazy, okay? But like, if I draw a picture, well, see, I don't know what the pictures look like, so I really can't say. But if I draw a picture of Velma, okay? I draw a picture of Velma, and then under it, I put age 16, okay? And then I draw another picture of Velma, and I put age 30. And the pictures look the same, right? They're like cartoon drawings. I can't, like, it's a picture. But if people are actually like drawing things that look like kids, you're cooked. All right, you are cooked.
Not be apologetic. I'm not apologetic, and now you're literally misgendering Kris.
He's probably more upset about that than he is about the core matter here that Kris was on some weird shit. I mean, this guy's brain is so dense. It just honestly starts to make me a little bit upset. Like, how can someone be so confident in this way of thinking and just be so wrong?
You're spelling it the way she changed it to, but you're misgendering her. So I think that shows that you have a pretty severe bias, actually.
Oh my goodness.
You actually have a bias.
I wish people could just have charitable conversations. They could be like, hey, okay, I feel this, I don't feel that. I can see this, I can't see that. This is unacceptable. This is like, it's not enough for me to say it's unacceptable, but people got to have real conversations. Or I guess like the internet and algorithms and money is just going to get people to devolve into extreme ideas for the people who they feel like accept their thought process. That's really where we at.
That leads you outside of reality and away from logic and truth.
Dude, it has to be one of the most ironic statements I've ever heard in my entire life.
Why are you being defensive? Well, you're just changing the complete conversation because you don't have anything to say.
Yeah, it's got to be the most ironic video of all time. Listen, Ethan, get some help, bro. As for Kris, we're gonna need some answers. Like, in my opinion, Mr. Beast don't really need to say shit about this. But Kris, like, if you want to continue to have a platform online, you need to explain.
I mean, I don't think people need to give answers. Like, you could just revoke your support. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, some things are just, I'm good. Even if you explain it, I'm fine. Okay, and I feel like there was enough in here, especially like the nude. Like I uploaded nudes for you, or was it pictures or was it Kris himself, because if it was Kris himself, maybe I wasn't listening. Then this, even if you were joking, that's you're clapped. You're clapped. All right.
A little bit like him just.
I don't need answers. All right. There's nothing you can say. I'm fine.
Wiping his entire Twitter clean. It just does not look very good to me. But y'all let me know what you guys think down below. I will continue to keep y'all updated on this situation. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other internet news out here needs to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
Oh, I thought I was about to have some music drop. But listen, all I'm saying is there was a lot of crazy stuff. Like, I think you can't lump each action in together, but once you have a culmination of all the things, it is kind of wild, bruh. Like, it is kind of wild. So you can withdraw your support. You can wait for answers to be had. I don't think Mr. Beast really needs to say anything. I think whatever internal decision they come to, the brand of Mr. Beast will have to deal with those consequences, okay? Me personally, I wasn't really into, like, Kris before this. Don't see myself getting into Kris now, so it is what it is. I just wanted to know, because everybody was talking about it on Twitter. I just think it's kind of odd, the difference in the reaction to Dr. Disrespect, and Kris is a little bit different, because I feel like it was straight vitriol. Well, Dr. Disrespect kind of shot himself in the foot too by making the tweet, but whisper DMs talking and all, like, you could see with your eyes. I don't feel like the response is comparable. So that's my only real observation from this whole thing. Listen, don't stop being weird. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And until next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.